Hi, it's Tennis James, and today we're going to be going through who I think is to look out for in the men's in 2024. Obviously, following a really good end of the year, Yannick Sinner is probably my biggest one to look out for next year. Main rival to kind of Alcaraz, hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to be the new kind of Federer-Nadal relationship for over the next 10 years or so between Sinner and Alcaraz. So Sinner has come off a really good ATP finals, lost against Djokovic in the final, but he did beat him previously, and then he beat him again in the Davis Cup finals as well, which is really good to see. So Sinner is probably my number one person to look out for. Also, obviously Djokovic not going anywhere anytime soon, so you're going to have to look out for him, and if you're going to win a slam next year, you're probably going to have to go through him. Alcaraz, obviously, up there. For me, I'm just not too sure about his fitness. His injuries have been quite kind of annoying recently towards the back end of the season. Had a really good kind of half year, and then towards the end kind of slipped off. But I think if he can get his kind of injuries and that mental game sorted, obviously he'll be flying. He already is flying, but just to reach that next level. And also, Mr. Rafael Nadal will be coming back. Fingers crossed, he's announced it to come back for the Aussie Open next year. Obviously, a lot of debate whether this will be his final year, potentially, but I think we all want to see him play one last time, full pelt, for one more season, and then he probably will hang up his boots. And then a little surprise one for me is the British lad Jack Draper. A lot of hype around him, and he's played some really good performances last year, but again he's just injury struck. But if he stays fit, he can be a real force, and he could potentially become our new British number one, I think, if he really kicks on this season. So those are kind of just my top players to look out for next year. Obviously hundreds and hundreds of players, but those are my top ones to really kind of keep an eye on for big things next year.